Okay, welcome to part two of the STAR training program. Thanks for sticking with us. Hopefully that video worked out really well as far as showing you what you guys will be doing on the actual day that you come in to host. There we go. Part two, we're just going to kind of explain the nuts and bolts. So what you saw is exactly in real time kind of what to expect on those STAR days when you're showing up to Shadow to be the host, okay? The second part, we're going to reuse your STAR volunteer training that you were sent in the email form by Tori or Bailey or Kim or myself. For this part, this is how you get trained. So part two is really everything we need to know that once you leave that office over there, you're going to take good care of them and do everything you need to do for the day. We super appreciate you being a part of this STAR volunteer program. We couldn't do it without you guys. We're going to have some cool end of the semester celebrations like we've been doing, and it's just going to be a great thing for your resume and a great chance to kind of help out. Okay, I'm not going to read this word for word because you can obviously do that, but in the email you notice there were some questions that you have to answer to Tori or to Kim that will prove to us that you will do the STAR program as it's intended to be done. Okay, so we remember, just like they weren't paid actors, you guys aren't paid STAR volunteers. So the program is set up to be flexible, and it's also set up to give them a good, just kind of behind the scenes look. It's not a pitch for you to kind of really sell them on Eastern, but what we do want you to do is sell them kind of on your experience at Eastern, not the nursing program or whatever program you're going to see. You don't need to know special facts and figures, what the graduation rates are for business or how much money their graduates are making right now or anything crazy. But we do want you to know why you like Eastern and why you like your major and your classes and kind of why you like your life here at EKU. So the agenda, pretty cut and dry, and that's one of your questions for sure. The stuff that we get asked a lot about is kind of how do we contact you guys. So just so we're super duper clear, when we get stars like Manny was the high school student and Candy was the match, if you guys remember. When we get people like that, we will send out an email to several of you guys who are, let's say Manny was criminal justice majors or involved in fraternities, sororities, things like that. And so we'll have plenty of you guys that would be good matches for Manny. So we will send out an email to all the ones we feel like are a good fit, because sometimes we only have 5 days or 10 days or whatever notice to get this matched up. And we want to get it matched up as soon as possible because we got 9, 10, 11 more matches to make. All right, so no hard feelings if you don't get picked to do the STAR thing for a little while. We're really trying to send out matches, and then the first person to write us back, like Candy was in the example, would be the STAR. So we write an email, it says, "Dear STAR, we have a great match for you. Please email us back if you can host on Wednesday," because they're all Wednesdays this semester, August the, let's say, 27th, because that'll be the next one in a couple days. Then when you write us back and say, "I can do it," we will then either write you back and say, "Candy, you're the winner. You've got it. We'll see you Wednesday at before 9 a.m. The reason we do it at before 9 a.m., it's just a good smooth transition out of the office. If you have a 9:05 class or something like that, it usually gives you time to get caught up. All right. And then we'll email Candy back and say, "Congratulations," or we'll email you back and say, "I'm sorry, we already have that person matched. Would you like to be an alternate, or could we consider you still for Wednesday the 27th?" And then you can write back and say, "Sure," and then we'll give you the next one that fits that kind of way. Okay. So that's how do we contact you and how do you respond. We'll also try to do a reminder email because it can get kind of confusing, especially if we're matching you and it's like 2 weeks away. We know your lives are busy and you all lead wonderful lives, which is why you guys are stars. All right. So the big day, come on in just like Candy did. Be your usual happy self. You don't have to sing and dance or anything like that. Just kind of come in. If your student's not here yet, hang out in the lobby, have some coffee or cocoa or whatever, and then hopefully your student will arrive. If your student does not arrive and it's close to 9 a.m. or something like that, or if we have a cancellation, we'll call you, all right, or text you and try to say, "Candy, don't come in. Mandy didn't show up," or something like that, all right? Also, if there's a snow delay, like a 2-hour delay, or if there's school's canceled, we will not have the STAR program. All right, so if there's a delay, it's canceled, you don't have to show up. We tell the high school students don't come. There's no STAR program that day. All right. Okay, logging your hours. We do want you to log your hours because it's 5 volunteer hours every time you show up. Those can go toward kind of whatever organization needs hours, community service stuff like that. That's what it's there for. And if you log your hours with OrgSync, I have an OrgSync account. Everybody has an OrgSync account. That'll help us keep track of your hours, and you keep track of your hours. And it's just a good thing all around. All right. Social media, communicating. This is the really long section. It's long because we're not trying to yell at you and say, like, don't give them your number, don't talk to strangers, stuff like that. But we do want you to be safe with this. Safe, not in necessarily the sense that they're going to kidnap you or something like that crazy. That's never happened. Don't expect it to ever happen. But safe in the sense that I'm an admissions counselor. Okay? We are the Office of Admissions. Financial aid is upstairs, like advising is upstairs. You are not financial aid, admissions. You're not all these offices. So if you gave your cell phone number or became Facebook friends or Twitter followers with these students, there's potential for these students to go home and be like, well, you know, I've applied to EKU, what's my status? Or my financial aid says I need a verification, what is that? They could be asking you all these questions, calling you, texting you, tweeting you 24/7, all right? And you're only supposed to be volunteer 5 hours, that once a week, once a month, kind of whenever. So we would rather us, admissions people, give them our numbers so that they can contact us or financial aid or whoever specifically to get those answers, because we don't want you hunting around for those answers for them. Also with Facebook, there's always the risk of they're going to be your friend, and then they're going to snoop through all your pictures, and then their grandma's going to get on there and say, oh, well, if Candy, you know, hangs out with more than 10 people in all of her pictures, obviously she's partying all the time. And EKU is just full of people who are always crowded and always partying. So we don't want to give the wrong impression that way. Not that you would have anything bad in your Facebook, but this just kind of protects you, that one more layer, and keeps you from feeling like you have to bear the burden of representing your entire university, okay? If they say, oh, but we really would like, or we'd feel more comfortable if we had your cell phone number in case our student gets lost during the day or something, because sometimes parents will show up with their student and want to go with you on the tour, which is another question on the can a parent come question that you have to answer to us. The answer is no. They cannot come on the tour with you. It's not what it's designed to do. That's not what the professors signed up to allow, all that stuff. But we do want you to feel like you can say, sorry, as part of the program, they asked that we don't do that. Totally put it on us. We're the bad people in this case. We're the bad guys, bad girls. And we're just trying to keep you safe. All right, that's the reason behind all of that, okay? Which took lots and lots of words to say that very same thing, but that's okay. We did a role play, which was neat, and then in conclusion, this is a very important job. We couldn't do it without you. I've already got to write some really good recommendations for some students as like a reference because of their work with the STAR program, which is great. And we have lots of our stars who are now colonel commanders, who is part of like a post-STAR, post-EKU, you know, organization that we started in admissions, which is really cool. Come see us for more information on that if you're graduating soon. Also, this is like the springboard to like a job, like an actual paid job. As a group tour leader, see Bart Blankenship for more information on that. But some of you guys are going to be doing like the group tour, you know, kind of thing for us in admissions this fall and in the spring, and you'll actually get paid for the tours that you do. So congratulations, this job just got you another job that actually pays money. So that's good. In addition to the free meal at Powell, which is priceless. Last thing, professors. Some of you all, your professors would like some kind of professional note from us that says Candy, Johnny, whoever is part of the STAR program and might be bringing students to my class Wednesdays at 10 or Wednesdays at whenever. Just let us know which professors need that letter, and we've written a letter to kind of validate the program and kind of explain that the high school student is aware this is a real class. They're not to interrupt and things like that. Also, if you have a class and it's vaguely at 9 o'clock or wherever far away that you need to be, we can actually take the STAR to you So instead of you coming here to check in, you just let us know when you say, I can host, but I need to be in Bagley at 9:05. So you'll have to bring the student to me. A lot of times these students get here at 8:30, so it would be no problem at all for us to take the student to you before your class starts. Or if the student's running a little late, this way the student can go to that class and meet you there, knock on the door, kind of come into class that way. And the student will bring your meal cards with you. So that way you're covered for lunch as well. All right, if you have any questions, talk to Kim Merritt with the Office of Admissions. Hope you've enjoyed training part 2. Training part 3 is you responding to the questions in the email correctly, and then we write you back an email that says, we feel like you would be a great star. Welcome to the program. All right, and then part 4, you live happily ever after as a star volunteer for admissions for many, many years, and then graduate and do wonderful things with your lives. Thanks very much.